What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today. Bitcoin right now, we're sitting at $10,906. We're down 0.34%. And what I have today, I wrote out 5 different points that I also want you to write out. I think it's really going to help you as we look at the technical analysis here for Bitcoin. I have a fresh set of eyes on it. I was going out of town yesterday, and I didn't even look at the price once. And the reason for that is sometimes you have to step away a little bit to really get a clear view of what's going on. Sometimes you can get so close to these charts and just watching the price action over and over and over, and sometimes it's nice to give yourself a little bit of a break, step back, and then come back and really look at these charts. And that's what we did. So I want you to write these 5 things out, and I'm going to go through them with you today. Right now, the number one thing we're going to need to break through is $11,000. That's going to be the overhead resistance that we're dealing with. And what you're seeing is basically, guys, this trend line, we're seeing a potential retest of that. We've talked about this several times, that when you have these trend line breaks, typically it takes about 2 weeks, but you'll go back most of the time and you'll back test the area that you just broke down through. And you can tell this is a strong trend line break because it came on heavy volume. So what we've been looking at now is the actual reaction out of here once we found our support down around $9,813. We found that support. We talked about this for a long time, this cluster of wicks. Many times that can give you a sign that the bottom may be in. And if you see them at the top, that the top may be in here. And what we're trying to do is continue this uptrend. Just because you broke the trend line, that's one thing, but it is not confirmation to sell right at that moment, because we still are up above the 100 moving average. We're up above the 200 moving average. We're even up above the 50 moving average and the 20 moving average. Those are the ones we're looking at here today. And we've actually crawled to get back up within them. But typically what I like to do if I'm playing a longer term hold for Bitcoin, once I see this trend line break, if we were to break down through the 200 moving average as well with that trend line break, or in the days that followed that, that to me, once I've lost the 200 and once we've lost a major intermediate term trend line, that's when I would want to sell out of my position. And we have not done that yet. Okay, so we're looking at this reaction, but the thing that's making me a little bit nervous here, and I want you to write down. So number one was $11,000 is resistance. Put that down, really put an area on that. Even if you can put an alarm up in that area, that's what we need to break through next. If we can't break through that, we're going to have to retrace, and what we would want to hold is $10,500, and that's going to be this support area in green. We broke through it. It was overhead resistance previously. We came back down, and now we are holding it as support. So we want to continue to hold that as support. If we start breaking down through the $10,500 and we lose $10,000 in that 200 moving average, then to me, that's the time, guys, it'd get very sticky. But we're not at that point yet. We're still watching to see what we're going to do with this bottom we have found now. But like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if we came back down to 10,500, set another bottom there, a higher low, and then continue to make that move up to try to challenge over top of $11,000 and be up around 12,025 is what we're going to look at. So we're missing the volume. That's the first thing I want you to put down. The next thing, 11,000 resistance, and then we want to hold 10,500 as support. So I'd also put an alarm there, and I would not be shocked at all if we did back test that $10,500. We've had a bullish MACD cross, but the volume is still what's bothering me. I want to see those big swells coming in at these support areas, and we really haven't had those yet. We've had about average volume is what we were looking at in the days that pushed us up from that 98.16 up to around that $11,000. In terms of the RSI, we're sitting at 51 right now. If we take a look at our trend line, we have gotten a trend line break. So if we drag that out, and many times once you get that break, you can actually back test it again before we get moving. Okay, now the sell volume that we're starting to have at this top, we're not having massive sell volume. So for now, that's a good thing. We want to pay attention to that as well. If we get into the technicals, we have a 5 sell, 9 neutral, 14 buy. Oscillators are cooling down just a little bit here. 2 sell, 8 neutral, 1 buy. Momentum's going to be a sell, MACD level is going to be a buy, and the Williams percentage range is going to be a sell. And I also want to point out, guys, if you get some from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, help this channel out. I really appreciate all you guys being here with me today. I missed you yesterday, but you know, there really isn't a ton going on right now. We've talked about this bounce, and we just want to patiently wait to see if we can get up above that 11,000, or if we're going to be able to hold that 10,500 support. That's what I'm looking at now. Long-term investors, not financial advice. That's where you're still sitting in those long-term positions, trying to ride this uptrend up, see if we can find a bottom here and get moving and try to get some higher highs. So that's what I wanted to bring to you today, guys. God bless you all. Take care.